So, dear Pascal and Agnese, I thought instead of writing a long mail, I would do you a little video about the web page which I was creating, which I am creating the template for. So what I did is just I took a Word file and I tried to kind of illustrate on the page what I actually want to be shown where. And yeah, I will send you the file, or you have got the file in the mail, which I sent out. And I think I just go through the whole document, and then I can tell you what I intended to do where, or to see where. And so I start with the beginning. So up in the first page, you see just the www.neo.ch or neotease.com, which we will also reserve. What I thought about is that if we go from left to right, is that we just have at the top, we have the Neo logo and the pure green tea directly from source to be changed in the organic Japanese green tea directly from the farmer. So we are more direct. We are really having this as a basis. Then on the left side as well, the menu. So I see kind of a scroll down menu as on sunday.de. You can maybe check it there a little bit. So you have home or about Neo, then you have the teas where I splitted it in green tea and in matcha. As out of the consumer perspective, I believe that if you talk about green tea, people think directly about the leaf tea, and matcha is really our own segment. And in the green tea, I split it into caffeine and low caffeine, because what I realized in the sales or market, what people are sometimes looking for are possibilities of low caffeine or no caffeine. And this is where we have Kukicha Karigane, which comes in. At the moment, we don't have it. But I strongly believe that we should take this in, because this tea, I nearly finished it. It's really an amazing Kukicha. I really, really love it. Good. On the caffeine side, I splitted it into 3 different parts at the moment. It's Gyokuro, Sencha, Tamari-Okucha. And always I gave an explanation, because I believe as well on the name of the different tea, consumers often don't know what it actually means, Gyokuro, what is a Sencha, Tamari-Okucha. And then I tried to a little bit give it a special name. So Gyokuro is the emperor's tea, so that people really kind of make the link to the that it is a high value green tea. Then Sencha, the classic. In Sencha, I decided for the moment not to split it into high quality Sencha and low quality Sencha, kind of a premium Sencha and normal Sencha. For the moment, we don't need it. It is clear that we will have more, as we have more teas, there will be more segments coming in. If we ever split the Sencha, this we have to see. I am not so convinced. Maybe what we can do if we have kind of a Shincha or a Fukamushicha, that we really go a little bit about the specificity of the tea, of its taste, maybe do Sencha, and then we have kind of the Shincha, which is like this first harvest spring fresh tea, and we can go maybe for Fukamushicha, which has this, like, is also this spring tea in a way of coming from its more fresher and more grassy taste. Tamari-Okucha, for me, I took it out. It is a Sencha, but as it is really different, and also it is less astringent actually. This is what I read also on Unomi. This is a page I discovered today, which does nearly the same as we do. As far as I understand, it's a different page, but I will come to this point later on. So then we have the low caffeine. For the moment, we have Kukicha. We don't have any Bancha at the moment. I do not believe that we can take Bancha in. This is a point we can discuss. For me, it's just not enough value and not enough premium. But maybe this is a point we really have to reconsider in our strategy of being the platform for Japanese green tea. If we are this, then we have to take it in. if we are just the best green teas, organic green teas, then we can actually leave it out. The sponge itself is not a high quality tea. Then matcha powder tea, there I just leave it like this. This is clear. If people are really looking for a green tea, they go for green tea and then matcha. Then we have our farmers, so they are listed the farmers we have at the moment. So Sakamoto, Yuma, Yabuzaki, Nakai, and Fujisako. And I have a point for the shop where people can click on it. Then on the lower part, what you can see is on the lower side, I always have the address. I have the terms and conditions, sending conditions and costs, which will be 0 for the consumers, and payment type, data protection, impressum, etc., etc. And on the right side, also we have a Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram account now for Neo. So this is something people can click on it. So what and then on the right part, yeah, I forgot, on the right part, so upper part in the middle, I kind of did a search possibility where you can go for Gyokuro, Sencha, Tamario, Kucha, Matcha, Kukicha, Karigane, or if you're looking for something, this we have to see. It would be a nice drop-down menu and a possibility to search in the search the shop. So people, when they're actually looking for something specific, they can use this. Question for me is, if we do it in the first step already, would be very good. And otherwise we would need to do it in a second step, depending on Fuchs and how he can develop the page. Then again, about Neo, I have a second time on the top right, and then my account login, and then my card. I think it's very good what actually Amazon does. This is a picture, or like a photo picture, which I took from the Amazon page. So there you see the 0 in the cart itself, and this changes as soon as you buy a product. I think this would be pretty nice that people can see when they are like on the page, that they actually see what the cart, how many items they have in the cart. Then images, I would go on the start page. I would really show the farmers, the farmers' tea, and their tea fields. That's it. And I will always go from farmer to farmer. It's always that it's like changing all the time, and that we have 18 different pictures at the moment, and this then we can interchange. I guess this is something which is pretty nice. We have to be clear for us that the farmer and the taste of the tea is in front of everything. I think this is really what makes us distinctive. We have a portrait of each farmer, which we will do, and this is really our strength, that we bring the people, kind of the consumers and the farmer together. This is important. Teas. So actually, when you then go, you can go home about Neo teas, and I just made you an example for the teas. So actually, when you, in the drop-down menu, when you, for example, click on Tamario Kucha, this is what I did now as an example, is that we just show that they can go click on a tea, then they have on the second page, so now I'm on the second page, there you have first the picture of the tea with a cup on the side, and then on the lower side, in the middle, you have a descriptive of the tea, and you have the actual 2 teas which are in these segments, or they will be 4, 5, 6, 10, whatever. So this is actually something we can adapt also when we, for example, have 10 Tamario Kucha, that we can kind of a horizontal scroll menu would be nice, like it exists on Amazon. Here I think what it is, I was thinking about this a little bit, how can we actually, or what is actually the interest when the consumer clicks on the Tamario Kucha? He really wants to see what is this tea about. That's why I suggest that we, on the top, we use a bigger image of the tea himself, how it looks like. Here I have the 2 examples. If there are more teas, we can maybe interact them, that the one after the other is kind of shown with the cup on the side. I think this is always nice. I copied this from You Know Me Live, these 2 pictures, because they also have this tea. And then the consumer really has a description in the middle, so he can read about the tea and he can see the different teas we have. So it's a general description of actually what the tea is. So what is a Tamario Kucha in this case? and where it is mostly planted, and then which Tama-Ryokucha we have. And here for us, the example is that we have at the moment 2. Then next is home about NIO. I left again the logo in. I haven't intended to put a picture here at the moment. What I did is that I really rewrote the mission, so please read the mission if it's okay for you. If you want to change it, please make me suggestions, correct maybe mistakes, or if the English is not good enough, it would be very nice if you can change it a little bit. And what I really kept on is really that we want to have the great green tea from the source, directly from the farmer, and select organic that we select. So we have selected organic green tea farmers. We're constantly looking for qualitative best green tea. We want no additional storage, no unnecessary handling. So really directly from the farmer to them. Then I will say what they find. So what you will find on NIO, it's a detailed tasting video of each of our teas with taste explanation, a detailed description of each tea, and a portrait of each farmer and the tea he produces. So this is something I really think which is important. Then our goal is full transparency to bring the most authentic organic green tea from Japan to the world. Here I think our goal, this has to be reworked a little bit. I'm not so fancy of it. I think You Know Me Live did it pretty well. What they say is that actually it's from the farm to the table and from people to people, something like this. So it's pretty nice. So maybe you check out their webpage. They did it pretty well, but the webpage is not made very well in my opinion, but that's my personal opinion. Let me know what you see. So teas then, if you click then on teas, so actually when you go on teas and then, so you go on teas, then you go in green tea, you go to the Tama-Ryokucha, you get in the menu of the Tama-Ryokucha, then you click on the Tama-Ryokucha Peisaku. The idea is that then you get to the teas one, so which is page 3. And there, this is how I imagine it. I think this is the best page I have done of all the pages. Here I have a pretty clear view how I want it to look and how it should look. So on the left side you have in big the tea packaging. At the moment clear it's not a good photo. We have to get the good photos from the farmer. Niesa, I don't know how far you are here. Then I see the first, second brewing. I have the tea itself so that they can look at it and they can zoom in, and I have made like a map where they know, okay, where is this farm actually located in Japan. On the right hand side, how much does it cost in Japanese yen, one quantity, what's the size, how much is this in euro, how much is this in US dollars. I would leave it like this. And then availability, yes, and price including shipment I wrote down as well. Then what is Tama-Ryokucha? Tama-Ryokucha is special Shema. We get the name from Tama, which means round, which means ball. Voila. Instead of being rolled in the needle, Tama-Ryokucha is especially known for its spring-like and fresh taste. So here's again, question is if we here use the same explanation again, or if we can kind of give like an additional value to the consumer. Then the details here, I really took Pascal's tasting video and I wrote it down like nose, so slightly sweet and flowery top note, low vegetable note, taste, first brewing, fresh, sweet, grassy and flowery top note, small lower note of sea breeze. The second brewing, sweet, grassy note, traces of hazelnut and slight bitterness mixed to the dry of the tannin. Then tea farmer is Satoru Fujisako. I would say that here we link the tea then to the farmer. Then the Kumamoto prefecture, the harvest. Then the cultivar we have to find out. Steaming we have to find out. But there's a lot of yonumi.life. It's organic and if it's tested, and that we have the tasting videos. Then Teas 2 is like further down on the page. So this means that just when you scroll down, I changed the page myself, but here it's clear it's a rolling page. So you scroll further down, and people who then you have like kind of suggestions. So people who bought this also bought this. Or people who bought this also liked. And then you can evaluate the tea, each tea also with a commentary how I would like it. Very close to Amazon, how they can then value the tea which they like. Then a portrait of the farmer. So here as well, please read what I wrote about the farmer. I don't know when they actually started with the green tea farm. And there are some questions which I put in as well. Please read them through and maybe send them out to Satoru, or please send them out to him, and then he can give us some additional information about him that we can make a good and valuable description of him. And finally, what I also suggest here is, do you have a question to Satoru? So maybe we can even do, for people who want to know something about the farmers, they can ask him directly a question. And on the right, what is important of each farmer, that we show his teas. So the teas, and then you can link it again, and then you go again to the description of each tea. Voila. And then the shop, I will make it rather simple. So here we have to talk also with Fuchs, what is feasible, what can he do. I guess we will here have a pre-formatted page, but I wouldn't go here into details. Where the details are before, concerning the farmer, concerning the explanation of the tea, and what Neo is about. So let me know how you like this, how I should further develop it, or how we should further develop it. I think the idea is that we really have a very, very good briefing for Fuchs, and that then in the next step, each one of us sits down and does kind of the texting of the different teas, so that we split up the work, and then everybody takes one tea, and then we do kind of a descriptive, and then we send it to each other, and then we can bring it all together in one file, and then send it out to Fuchs. But before we work on the big part, I would say we do it now on just one tea with one mask, and then think about what we actually need as other things, and then that we look with Fuchs how he can bring it into practice, and then in parallel look that we can put the texts and write all the texts. I think the goal has to be that on the 13th or 15th of February, actually, is my goal to go live with the page. If we are able to do it, let's see. I will check this also with Fuchs and the timing. I think there's also a lot of work for him to do, so I will align this with him. But I would go mid-end February, that we are for March, like the spring season, where we also sell pretty well, that we start there, and then we can really start the whole machine rolling with all Facebook, Instagram videos, and everything. Okay, so, and this is more or less it. One thing which I discovered, and it was my big surprise, is actually the page, and I show you this here. Can I turn it? No, I can't. So I'll show you. It's actually Yonumi Live, and they are very, very close to what we are actually doing, but I think we don't have to be scared. It is, I guess it's a blog, kind of a blog page, so they didn't invest in a big page, and it's very difficult to find the different teas. They already, when you kind of go on the page, I hope you can see it. Yeah, I try to show you. So I show it like this. So it's actually a nice page, and they have a lot of teas, but if you go on just the starting page, so they have teas shop, everything here. When you go on green teas here, what you can see is that they show, so they have Japanese green tea and all the different teas. but it's a little bit complicated. So they have green teas here, then you can go down on each tea. They go a little bit pan-fried, tea of dust, shaded. So it's pretty well done, but the thing is it's very detailed, and for me it has a long time in loading when I go on the page, for example. Here you see already that the pictures, they load very slowly, and yeah. And what is also what they have, actually they have a lot of our teas. Like this is also the sencha, yeah, Kushima sencha, which they have. So what you actually can do is that you go there and then you can kind of take 20 grams, 80 grams, 1 kilogram, 5 kilograms, and then you can choose the price. And here you see that they have the original packaging, and here you see it as well. But it's kind of a mix of everything. It's like a little bit the warehouse. Sometimes they only have a picture like this. Sometimes it's a packaging with something on the right. Sometimes it's a small packaging. So it's really kind of mixed up everything. It's not at all consumer friendly, in my opinion. So I think here we can do a much better work, but the concept is pretty similar to ours. What he does and how I understood it, and I also asked now Satoru if he can give me information, because he also has Satoru's teas. So he has a lot of our teas. He doesn't have Sakamoto, but he has, for example, the guy, the Watanabe from Yakushima he has, and he has different teas. He has the two teas from Satoru. So that's the Hawaiian guy. Actually, he was talking to me and Pascal about who sells the tea for $60. That's this guy. And you can go also on About Yonumi. You really see the mission. It's a bridge to Japan, introducing over 125 small-scale producers of artisanal Japanese tea and other products. But they're now specialized on organic, and they're not special. So that's him, and they're not specialized, and they're not sending. Actually, it's not from the farmer. They sell it a little bit like this. They say. Here they say it exactly, Japan farms to the consumer via them. They also sell themselves as an e-commerce business. And here you can see it, farm to table. We believe in people to people. So actually it's a little bit the same idea. But finally it's a web shop where they buy it from the farmer. So it's not the farmer himself who sells it. And what they also don't have is they have the price, but then you always have the shipment to pay as a consumer. Oops, this is now, I click now on them, matcha latte, exactly. So you, and voila, this, and here exactly when you go for the shipping rates, here they also showed the shipping. So they have different kinds of shipping rates where they show you 100 gram to, so Agnese, this could be nice for you as well to have a look into this. This can also help you. They also have the countries. And they list all the countries they can send to. So actually this is something we can do. In general, shipping weights are set by net weight. So they always give like 500 grams. They give an example and how it is structured. So very complex at the moment. So what we really have to do is decomplexify. But they have a history. So they are very, very active actually in the US. They're very, very good on social media as well. They don't have any movies where they explain the taste of the tea. So it's really mostly not making very much. But they are very active on Twitter, for example. So they have 7,597 tweets. So this is very, very much. They have 4,300 people who follow them, and 4,900 they follow, 844 and I like it. and also on Instagram they actually have 7,000 followers. So this is something I think enterprise works pretty well. Here pictures as well, as you can see, really nice tea pictures, but only pictures, no movies, no video content, nothing. So pretty well, I think, established already. Different to us is really our difference is there's really we have a small difference of being the farmer who sends the tea, and that we have a really nice portrait of the farmer, and we really have to see that this this consumer or this web page is consumer friendly. This is very important. And for us, what is also interesting here, so he's more or less established. I can show you this in the US. It's pretty nice. He has here a Twitter where his followers are from, and what you can see, for example, the US, he has 34%. So all in all his clients, all his consumers and followers, they are mainly in the US, big part, then 15.8 or 16% are UK, then 3% are in Australia, and he has some small percentages of other countries. 1.3% is Germany, so very small. So Europe is actually, besides UK, Europe is really free. This comes from the fact that his page is only in English. So this is also an advantage which we will have due to the fact that we can go to French, we can go into German, and maybe also in Italian. So we can really penetrate the European market. This would be my strategy in the first place. Here that we really push on the German, French, and Italian market. Maybe we can even do the tasting videos in the different languages, as we have the language possibility, German and French and English, German and French and Italian. So maybe we can consider this, but also subtitles already would be really nice and really good for the people. And yeah, I think we can go into this market. It's the only player which is like close to us. They already set up pretty well. I think they do this since 2013, 14 around, so they have like a 4-year advantage, so a lot. But I wouldn't say that this is something which should concern us too much. But following them will certainly be interesting and also be inspired. They have sometimes really nice descriptions also of the different teas, which we not take over, but where we can inspire ourselves. For example, Tamarillo Cucha. He has also some nice information when we go here, so I can show you shortly. Actually, what he has is here. Here we have the Tamarillo Cucha, which we have. So actually no ratings, nothing. So I don't know how many he has. He has 2 items left. So that's why I guess he's really storing them in his storage place somewhere in Japan. I don't know. I asked now Satoru if they buy from him or if they send it. But as Satoru told that it's like something difficult for them and they don't do it yet, I guess he's really buying from them. So okay, so you have here the ingredients, green tea, you even have the cultivar, so it's a Sarai matcha. This is what we also can check then with Satoru, if this is right, then the harvest, then the region, the steaming, then the notes, green roasted, blah, 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 and yeah, related items he has here. So it's very similar to what I go. So maybe go once to youknowme.live and then check the page out a little bit. It's pretty interesting what he has. Okay, so this is from my side. First of all, please check it. if you have a page or like a web page where you see, oh, this is really nice, or like a store on the internet where we can inspire us from, please do it and give it to us. I think the most important is that it has to be really consumer friendly and user friendly. And as we set up the web page, I think we really have to discuss it also with consumers, which I will do as well with my consumers here. But maybe ask friends, maybe they buy already tea over the internet, how they would like to have it sorted or have it structured that it would be user friendly for them. I think this is here where we really can make a big advantage, and then on the social media push it through in Europe, as we have the language, and we can really go for this. Okay, so looking forward to your feedback, and yeah, talk to you soon.